there. I'm your host, Leslie Randolph. I'm a self-confidence coach for teenage girls and the self-confidence coach you wish you had as a teen. Honestly, I'm the self-confidence coach I wish I had as a teen because I know I could have saved myself and my mother a whole lot of heartache if I'd only known then what I know now. I hope to save you some of that suffering by sharing the lessons I learned late in life right here on Why Didn't They Tell Us? Welcome to the show.
Hey, happy people. Welcome back to Why Didn't They Tell Us? So today's a special one because it's the second installment of our Goal Setting Made Simple series, aka Goal Setting Made Simple Part Deux. Fun fact, I love slapstick comedy. Actually, when I was in labor with our son, we watched Super Troopers, Hot Shots, and then Hot Shots Part Deux, which when I decided this was going to be a 2-part series in my head, I was already laughing because I was like, yes, I get my Part Deux. And thanks for letting me bring some joy to this, some laughter for me, good memories. So this episode is not going to be like a how to achieve your goal. I'm not going to break down my goal setting process, though that is something that I do with my one-on-one clients. And it's something that I talked about in great detail in episode 1, that Goal Getter's Guide to Birthday Wishes. So if that's what you're needing to make your resolution a reality, to go after your goal this season, because 'tis the season, go check out that episode or reach out for support. I'd love to help you make that goal a reality. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. This is actually so important. I don't think something we talk about enough. And that is the emotional fuel necessary to achieve your goal. So what do I mean by emotional fuel? Well, in order to achieve your goal, whatever it is, you're going to need to take action. There are things you're going to need to do to make it happen, right? Like if your goal is to get a good grade in class, then you're gonna have to study. You're gonna have to do homework. These are steps you'll need to take. If your goal is to make a new friend, then you're gonna have to talk to people. If your goal is to run a marathon, then you're gonna need to start running. A lot. Any goal is simply the result of taking action. Likely a lot of action, right? Few goals are like a one and done situation. They typically require consistency and repetition, aka lots of action. Now, emotional fuel encompasses the feelings needed to take those actions, to then achieve those results, to make that goal or dream or resolution a reality. Because your feelings are what drive what you do and don't do in this one and only life of yours. And they will directly impact the actions you take as well as your experience while you take them. So I'll break this down in 2 ways. One is, if you think, I can't do it, and you feel defeated, your emotional fuel, defeat, well, then you're not going to do it. I mean, like, why would you? There's no point. You can't do it. You feel defeated. You're not going to. But then if you think, I can do it, and you feel like motivated, you're going to go do the thing. Motivation becomes your emotional fuel. And if you think I can do it, maybe it's confident. Confidence becomes the fuel. Now I'll break this down also because I said it'll also impact your experience while you take the actions. So we'll break it down with a workout analogy, which at this point, I love working out. And let's be honest, physical wellness and physical fitness, physical health is one of the most common resolutions for Americans. So it's timely. I would assume it'd be a universal resolution, but my research was based in America. Okay, so let's say your goal is to work out 3 times a week. You do all the things to set yourself up for success with, the alarm set, the clothes laid out. You're ready to rock in the morning and you wake up and you think, ugh. Well, if you think, you're gonna feel, well, right? I'm not sure what flavor of emotion, evokes. Maybe it's dread. Ugh, feels like dread, right? We'll go dread. Now, when you feel dread, you know what you do? You go back to bed. You hit snooze. Now, if you're like me, a beautiful blend of fiercely committed and somewhat stubborn, maybe you don't go back to bed. Maybe you brush your teeth, you put on the clothes you laid out, and you go do the workout. But how do you think that workout looks? How's it going to feel? Awful. It's gonna feel awful. It's fueled by ugh. Same situation, new thought, which creates a new emotional fuel and then a different flavor of action. Alarm goes off and you think, let's go, let's do this. And you feel inspired, motivated, energized, excited. Ooh, can't you just feel it now when you have that let's go kind of energy? It's premium fuel. Now, what do you think that workout is going to look like? Yeah, you're going to crush it. And when you do, you have that feeling of pride, accomplishment, joy, I nailed it. And then that becomes emotional fuel that then fuels you to do it again and again. That is premium emotional fuel. That is what we're talking about today. What you need to feel to achieve what you desire. And I got you. I'm going to give you my greatest hit list, the top 5 feelings that are goal-setting success, goal-setting gold. You ready? Here's your emotional fuel. Clarity. Clarity. When going after a goal, clarity is key. We can't have wishy-washy goals because wishy-washy goals gives your brain too many opportunities for confusion and overwhelm. You know the opposite of premium emotional fuel? It's confusion and overwhelm. Think about it. Think about what you do when you're confused and overwhelmed. Nothing. You do nothing. Well, I shouldn't say that. You might spin and spiral, which feels productive, but it's not. You're not really doing anything. You're just all up in that beautiful brain of yours. Or you might call your best friend and talk about how overwhelmed you are and confused you are. But notice none of those actions have you going after your goal, right? So first and foremost, clarity. Know exactly what you are aiming to achieve. Make it measurable. Make it obvious. Now, this is not me saying you are crystal clear on how to achieve the goal. You might not know how to achieve it yet, and that's okay. You don't need to be clear on that. You need to be clear on the goal. You'll figure out the how if you continue to create premium emotional fuel and take deliberate actions. Once you have clarity, okay, so number 1, clarity. And once you have clarity, you need commitment. Again, no wishy-washy, half in, half out feelings about your goal. If you aren't committed to it, you aren't going to do it. Based on research, you're not alone. Some statistics I found that the success rate for New Year's resolutions ranges between 9 and 20%. These are not compelling odds. And I really think one of the main reasons for this is a lack of commitment. Now, commitment is going to come from your why. Why you want to achieve this goal. Why it matters to you. Why you're going to wake up every day and commit to making that goal or resolution a reality. Your why needs to be so clear, so compelling, and so present in your day today. By now, I hope you know my affinity for Post-it notes. Get your why on a Post-it note. Get it somewhere you can see it each and every day. When the alarm goes off on your phone to do that workout or to do that assignment or to do that presentation for work or to record that podcast episode, let your why be the message on your alarm so that when your default brain goes like, ugh, I don't want to do it, and gives you all the reasons why not to, your why is standing there looking at you in the face. I don't know if it would stand there on her phone, but you know what I mean. You are staring back at it. You need to know it and you need to see it frequently. Because listen, some days might feel hard. Some days, a lot of days probably, your bed will feel far more compelling than that workout. Social media will feel far more compelling than that homework assignment. Netflix will be far more compelling than completing that new business plan. Your why brings you back. Your why keeps you committed. Commitment is premium emotional fuel to creating what it is you want, to take the actions to achieve that result. So while we're here though, I want to make a quick note about your why and commitment. Your why needs to be for you. It can't be for someone else. In the long run, that doesn't lead to commitment. It typically leads to resentment. And I talk about this a lot with my teens. Their why might be for their parents. And sorry, parents, that doesn't always compel them to do the thing, to do the homework assignment, to study, to practice, whatever it is you are committed to for them and you want them to commit to. But when I help them find their why, it's far more motivating. So be sure your why is for you. That will get you going. That will bring you back to that commitment. So this leads me to our next very premium emotional fuel, which you might think is motivation, right? I kind of hinted at it above because motivation sounds so good. You're like, yeah, that's some premium fuel. And lack of motivation is often the kryptonite that keeps us from achieving our goals, from taking the actions, from doing the thing. Listen, if I had $1 for every client that said, I just didn't feel motivated, well, I would be a rich lady. But it's not. It's not motivation. It's determination. Determination will come from that commitment. Determination means not giving up. Determination means you keep going even when it gets hard. Even when you think this isn't working. Even when you think you can't do it. Determination says, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on this goal. I'm not giving up on this dream. I'm not giving up on me. Remember how I said you don't need to be clear yet on the how of achieving the goal? This is where determination comes in. Because determination fuels you to try a new tactic or to consider a new approach if you think it's not working. Or to stick with what you're doing even when you don't yet have the results you want. That is determination. To just keep going. To not quit. When going after a goal, consistency is key. Whether it's launching a podcast, launching a business, making the team, or making a new friend. You have to consistently show up for it. To show up for the microphone, the work at hand, the practice, the friend. Consistency is only possible if you are determined and committed. determination separates the quitters from the conquerors. Be a conqueror, my friend. Your dreams are worth it. You are so worth it. And that leads us to courage. Y'all, it takes courage to even set a goal, let alone go after a goal. Setting a goal is scary. Like, if you set a goal, I hope you are patting yourself on the back just for even admitting, I'm going to give this a go. Like, setting a goal brings up all your fears, all your doubts, all your insecurities, all that worst case scenario thinking of what could go wrong and how you might feel when it does. Because your brain thinks it's going to. Like, your brain can't even entertain the option of it all working out. I hope by now, if you've been in my world for a while, your beautiful brain offers you both sides to that story, but I digress. The definition of courage is the ability to do something that frightens one. It could also be defined as strength in the face of pain or grief. A goal requires courage. It requires you to face your fears, to overcome those doubts and insecurities. When I think of courage, I don't think of being fearless. I think of fearing less. Like, the fear doesn't need to go away, which is great news because it usually doesn't. And especially when you're taking those first few steps towards going after what it is you want, those first few steps to making that resolution a reality. Courage allows the fear to be there, but fuels you to keep going, even if you're scared. Courage is that loving voice that says, like, I know you're scared, but I got you. It's going to be okay. Like, we can do it together. A goal requires courage. The fear doesn't need to go away. The doubt, the insecurities, they can come along. Courage lets you take that first step, even scared. Which leads us to our final emotional fuel for goal-setting success. Self-confidence. Self-confidence coach, you said it's one coming, right? But I want to make a distinction here that speaks to a common misconception about self-confidence. Confidence is not the same as self-confidence. Confidence comes from capability. You feel confident when you know you can do something. Like, you have evidence that you're capable of doing it. Maybe you've done it in the past. So if you have that evidence that, like, I can do this, I'm capable of achieving this, then confidence reduces some of that fear and that need for courage, because it's like, you already know you can do it. You have evidence, like, I've done this before, I can do it again. But if that goal of yours is something you've never done or even dared to try, then you might not have confidence in your ability to achieve it. That's where self-confidence comes in. Self-confidence doesn't come from believing you can do something because you've done it before. Self-confidence is simply your belief in you and your ability to figure it out. Your ability to handle whatever happens. Self-confidence is believing in you, period. And that belief is always available to you. Whatever your goal is, believe in your ability to make it a reality. I believe in you, and I am cheering you on every step of the way. My friends, why didn't they tell us that goal setting has less to do with what you do and more to do with how you feel? How you feel will determine what you do. It will fuel those small steps and those giant leaps towards making that dream, that goal, that resolution a reality. Clarity, commitment, determination, courage, and self-confidence. That's the fuel. That's everything you need. And it's all available to you. Always. Go get it, goal getters. I'll see you in 2024. Till next time.
Love what you hear? Well, I'd love to hear from you. You can find me at confidencecoachforgirls.com. That's confidencecoachforgirls.com. Or email me at lesliethelifecoach@gmail.com. That's lesliethelifecoach@gmail.com. Hope to hear from you.